Games are just all over the place here because apparently it's HaloPrince and BMC Dark versus Darwen, who is Waterstorm, and JaeBlade, who is Bloomy.
Man, what is it?
I don't, dude. NA's on something different right now, and we're on Suzaku Castle as well. Like what's going on? Is something in the water?
I'm going off what's on the screen here. What's on the screen?
Yeah,
is
okay.
what I'm calling.
Yeah, agreed. Handshake emoji.
Handshake. All right. Well, anyway, we're going to Suzaku Castle to start all these things off here, and we'll see exactly who can kind of get the upper hand and get things going. It's relatively even so far. However, we do see Daddy Muffins looking like he could potentially be losing the stock relatively soon. It's sitting at that 180.
Okay, there's the D-Sig, only on an orange opponent. But the side air gets the follow-up as well. The side air from Bloomy, too.
There we go. Yep, that's going to be able to clean that one up there. Well done. Oh! Weapon toss going to be hitting your own teammate, bopping him on the head. However, Teros, big heavy boy, going to be able to survive just a little bit longer. Almost taking out your teammate there.
It's one thing to almost take out your teammate, but then to not get the KO off of it, that's so tough. Let's see if they can clean this up. Yep. All right, the sidelight into the side air also picked up Waterstorm, but early damage, so he kept it going, getting the KO off of it. Oh, both blue team members kind of swapped places. The Loki was over on the wall, and then as the Fate was coming in, the Loki moved up to give room to Fate on the wall. So it was like a nice little tag team relay there to then get back safely onto the platform, but Bloomy does end up losing that first stock. Now onto second.
Kind of having their own side of the stage here, but we do have Bloomy kind of running in there just to see if they can be a little bit of a disruption, try to get them into
okay, nice neutral signature coming in from HaloPrince, and a great neutral signature from Waterstorm as well, and gets the ground pound after to secure the KO, coming in and with another ground pound. Oh, the really low recovery and understanding of how everything was working there to not get caught. Great work from Daddy Muffins.
Yeah, very good stuff. We are in the final stocks here for both the red team, so blue team does a good job of just kind of separating them and getting some decent damage. This could be game over here, at least for game one. All right, big Sair. That'll find a way to even things up at least a little bit. And another one. All right,
okay.
Play. Yeah, Daddy Muffin's doing an incredible job.
Now coming in with the axe, hits the recovery on Bloomy. Juggle potential. No, Bloomy's able to land and grab the weapon into the instant sidelight. Even a little team damage onto HaloPrince. One more major KO move and he's done. Oh, that didn't do it. Oh my gosh, Suzaku Castle. Even surprising me, another side air doesn't KO from Waterstorm on the site. That's so tough. That's all of the defense coming in from the Knicks.
Seeing a lot of those SIGs coming out from Loki here. Again, trying to catch the team a little bit by surprise. Okay, that's going to be 216 while losing that stock, by the way. That's a lot of damage. However, a 2v1 scenario, you see that, okay, don't even need the team combo. Waterstorm says, I'm going to clean this up by myself. Gets it done for that game one.
They were throwing out, like, all of those SIGs for so long, and then, like, once Waterstorm just, like, played normal Katars and, like, waited for the dodge to go away so that he could get the D-Light into the recovery for the KO, like, completely ignoring the heavy button until you came into the air, and even then it's not a signature. It's just the recovery move coming out. Like, that's a pretty funny ending.
Yeah, very good stuff. All right, well, it looks like we're going to be sticking with characters, except for Daddy Muffins, who's going to be pulling out the Ulgrim here, which is like another character, you know, we see quite a few times in these scenarios. You know, he's got some pretty decent move speed, but also, like, a good amount of, like, damage, but also defense as well. So, yeah, we'll see exactly how this kind of changes up their game plan a little bit, because things didn't look bad. I honestly, I'm not sure why you hopped off Teros, but, like, you know, if you feel like the Rocket Lance is going to give you a little bit better, and maybe the Sig Kit's going to do a little bit more for you, then hey, all the power to you, man.
Yeah, that's really what I'm going to be looking at here is, like, what is specifically spurring this decision on. Like, I'm looking at the Lance, because you have the Axe carryover from the Teros onto the Ulgrim. Now I'm going to be looking at the Lance, and that's what he's going to start off this game with. There's a nice down air. The chase dodge up, completely avoiding that, just going with the D-Sig. Thought we might see a little bit more given that first dare hitting. But no, just wanted to play it safe, especially this early in the game. Nice down air, catching the jump with a side air read.
A little bit of a nerve-wracking spot there. Both the red team was on the ledge, but they're going to be able to get back onto the stage without too much hassle here. And yeah, right now this Rocket Lance is putting in some pretty solid work here. You haven't taken much damage, only at 7-7. That's going to be the first member of blue team going down. Find a way to get a punish on Bloomy here. Not going to be able to find anything at all as you watch your teammate sent down to that bottom right.
Ooh, even with the sidelight side air for the KO option, rather than just the sidelight dare or the sidelight neutral air. He wanted to find the KO, and he was confident enough that the dodge was down. Waterstorm stuck between both members of the red team, but Bloomy's here, relieving some of the pressure. Okay. See if we can get the full edge guard, the full wipe. Nice down air from HaloPrince. But another down air, this time from Bloomy, sent along the 45-degree angle, completely disengaged and getting back to his teammate. Nice neutral light. Oh, dude, look at them going back and forth. Oh. The neutral lights on the axe, the down airs from HaloPrince going back and forth between multiple members of the blue team. That was so sick.
Yeah, dude, that was crazy. The fact that they were able to target switch so effortlessly and continue to rack up damage was super impressive. It's great awareness from both these players. However, are they going to be able to recover here? No, not going to be able to. I mean, we saw HaloPrince just kind of like tried to play a little bit of disruption there, got a little bit of offense in, but wasn't able to save the teammate. And they're going to go down in the process as well. One stocks across the board, except for Waterstorm, who's looking to try and close out this stock. An early one on Daddy Muffins, but isn't going to be able to get that done.
Dude, Daddy Muffins was keeping it going. Got like one jump read with the side air. Was looking for another double jump read all the way high and left. I think one more side air might have done it for that stock from Bloomy. Given how damaged. Nice D-Sig coming out from HaloPrince. That's one of the reasons. What a great stack signature with a lot of range on it too. And on a high strength legend. You can find KOs with that on someone like dodging down and in or even just down. I think it's such a good signature for catching people.
And now you can see red team. They're recognizing, hey, you know, we don't have to do anything here, honestly. We got the lead. You got to come to us because we can kind of just do our thing and just kind of wait you out. So honestly, it's not the most exciting play, but like it is optimal because you do have to force blue team to do something here. Otherwise, it's just they lose the game.
And if Waterstorm is going to let you safely camp that wall and play a little higher, they caught him. They were ready for it, but no finishing move, and they weren't high enough. I don't know if they normally pick that up like a little bit closer to the blast zone so that the neutral signature doesn't bounce off the stage. It just sends right over the corner. So maybe they picked that up a little bit too central in the stage, given the side that HaloPrince was on. But it's going to be the Lance recovery, catching him in the air, catching him jumping, and that's going to be the KO off the top of the Fortress lines.
We did see Daddy Muffins go up a lot higher. So I don't know if he was just expecting a different move, but like we just saw HaloPrince go for a different option on the signature choice or something. But I mean, this one they end up getting out the stock anyway, and it does seem like that Algrim swap is going to be able to help out quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm looking back at these replays, seeing if we get that combo on it to see if like maybe he was expecting a GCD sig to happen from HaloPrince rather than to finish it with the neutral signature. Didn't get to catch it on my screen. We're going to be moving into the next one here. It's tied 1-1 in the set between these two teams.
Yep.
We're seeing Waterstorm make the swap over. See the scythe coming in against HaloPrince on the right side. The Artemis potential, no, kind of stuck on the wall. Hasn't shown us too much of that scythe yet, but we are very early in the game.
Oh, man.
The reverse slide charge stage spike, man, that was cool.
Yeah, that's definitely a little bit rough here. That is going to be a stock, I think. Yep, for
nice
two of them. Yep, pick it up two in the process there. And I do like that too because Daddy Muffins went out there trying to save his teammate. I mean, ends up losing a stock in the process, but you know, I can't be too mad about going out there trying to preserve your teammate's life. So, man, blue team definitely picking it up to another notch here.
Another neutral signature from HaloPrince into the weapon toss at the 45-degree angle, but Waterstorm knows to save the dodge for that until that weapon toss comes out so you can get through that. Otherwise, if you like panic jump or recovery right out of it, you're going to get caught. You're probably going to get sent. That's probably a guaranteed KO right after that.
Dude, Waterstorm, I don't know if like HaloPrince owes Waterstorm money, but he's just been like chasing him down from one side of the stage to the other and just like repeated like scythe like there, you know, there, anything he can.
Oh, man!
Oh, God.
Dude, it's because Waterstorm's got caught by like 2 or 3 of those neutral signatures throughout this entire set. Like, that is such a brutal signature to get hit by. Like, the mental damage on it is so strong, especially when you pick it up. When you know they're setting it up, when you know they're looking for it, and then you fall into it, that's tough.
Yeah. And now, okay. Picks him off, tries to go for the dare, not gonna be able to find it. Gets the Sarah, though, on the recovery back. But unfortunately, gonna get caught up by the recovery, sent up to the top blast zone. Blue team now maintaining a pretty decent lead here. 2 stocks here in Waterstorm. Bloomy could be going down relatively quick if they're not careful.
Oh, nice send. It was the side air into the Axe Inlight. It was originally intended for just one member of the blue, but it ended up getting the second one because of the side air pass from HaloPrince.
Oh,
that's one
no.
KO. This is now Waterstorm forced into the 1v2. He does have 2 stocks on his side. Is that enough?
Definitely going to be a bit of a tough one here. Okay, you do get that out of the way, and all of a sudden what seemed like a pretty, you know, damning position is now actually not too bad. I mean, you do have about a 47 damage lead here going into final stocks. I mean, no weapon right now, but you know, it could be worse. He's just pressing that button and just trying to see if you can scoop him up in some way, shape, or form. And man, some great punishes here coming out from Daddy Muffins right now.
I do like the Lance matchup into the Scythe. Because if they want to float above and go for the dare style of gameplay, you can just like kind of jump and punish them with the neutral airs. But also if they play down on the ground, like you can do a lot of baiting, backdashes into the side like neutral air. Just a lot of damage into the ground pound though, forcing the edge guard. That's the one spot where you need to be really careful. Back over onto another Lance.
Like this is doing
Oh, you can't just side air. Dude, you can't do a grounded side air right there in front of the opponent. They're just going to grab you with a side light, maybe an inlight into the neutral airs, keeping it going. The recovery is dodged through. Weapon toss at the 45 degree. No, he just waits for the gravity cancel down signature, and Waterstorm clutches the 1v2 against red team, throwing the smart guy taunt, pointing to the brain.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a smart guy. He played really well there. It did seem a little bit nerve-wracking for a little bit because of Daddy Muffins. You know, was able to get some pretty good early damage on that stock reset into the 1v1. But the other side of that too is HaloPrince not doing a whole lot of damage. I mean, I could say the same for Bloomy as well. I do feel like Waterstorm and Daddy Muffins kind of helped really kind of carry the torch for each of their teams. And you could see it by the way that they were playing as well. Makes sense that they were the last ones in the 1v1. But yeah, I think the other teammates need to start doing a little bit more. They got to try and find a way to catch up here because, yeah, you see right there, HaloPrince only doing 283. Bloomy just a little bit better than that. But yeah, Waterstorm, Daddy Muffins really hanging in tough there.
Now, some of that was HaloPrince grabbing the gravity cancel neutral signatures and getting KOs off stage like earlier than normal. So you're just going to end up putting out less damage overall when you're getting KOs a little bit earlier than normal. But yeah, still a relatively low damage number. You want to see some more. You're not necessarily expecting like 600, especially if you're hitting like the D-Sig on Scythe, like right near the edge. You're going to get those stocks again much earlier. So yeah, I think the 283 tells like probably about half of the story, and then there's the other half of the story where like, okay, you're grabbing stuff early, you're going to do less damage. Where is everybody going? Was that it? Okay, we're getting game resets on everybody in the lobby right now, so we're just going to wait a few moments before we get into our next game, as it is 2-1 right now for HaloPrince and Daddy Muffins.
What's also interesting
and
too
Waterstorm
about that last game is when we take a look at the amounts of attacks that were thrown out. HaloPrince only threw out 42, but also only connected on 21%. Which both of those percentages, well, the percentage is like, I think like 16 lower than the next person there, 17 lower, right? But even the light attack count was much lower, 8 less than the next closest person. So like, there was just a lot of offense that was just not there for HaloPrince. So that's definitely something you can clean up here a little bit, try and make this next game a bit more cool for you. But that's definitely something I'm noticing right now.
And then on the other side of that, though, basically was what I was pointing out earlier, adding numbers to that as you look at the signature count coming out from HaloPrince, and you see 5 coming out, hitting 60% of those. So yeah, not necessarily doing like the most attacks out there, not putting out the most damage because of that, but you think about like the impact that those signatures can have. Like one of them was a Scythe D-Sig, I think getting a KO. He hit 2 neutral, or maybe 3 of the neutral signatures. Is that? No. Math-wise, he hit 3 total. So probably 2 neutral signatures and then the Scythe down signature is what he ended up hitting on that. That'll give you your 3 out of 5 or 60% accuracy. Then on the other side, like Waterstorm also doing a great job. We saw the GC D-Sig like right at the end to get that KO, but there were several other signatures that hit throughout that as well, also hitting 3 out of the 7 that he threw out that game.
Yeah. So like my kind of whole thing here too is like, if you just do a little bit better than that, that game 3 is a different story. And like we've mentioned it before, so like with Wubbs earlier. Wubbs had a bad game, right? But like ended up recovering and they end up winning the set. So like hopefully this is just kind of like a, hey, I had a bad game, not too worried about it. We're just gonna move into the next one. But yeah, even just a couple more light attacks. You don't even need more SIGs, just a few more light attacks just landing could definitely probably turn that entire game around here. So we'll see if that kind of comes into fruition. Because right now, it's do or die. You got to make it happen.
Yeah, it definitely feels like he has all of the ingredients for the cake, and he has all of most of the ingredients, but there's a couple that he needs just a little bit more. The cake's going to taste a little bit off. It's not terrible by any means. It's just going to taste a little bit off. So you add a little bit more of sugar, a little bit more salt, and all of a sudden, you have a delicious cake in front of you.
Yeah.
Oh, but he gets caught by the ground pound. Oh, no, from Waterstorm. The devastating ground pound from Lance dropped on his head, and now is it going to do the same thing from Daddy Muffins? He goes in with the weapon toss into the ground pound. That's a great job on not panic dodging right after that, so he can get through the ground pound with his iframes. I thought we were going to see HaloPrince fall again on the left, dude.
Dude, Waterstorm is actually going insane here. Like, he's already done so much so far. He almost got 2 stocks, one right after the other, off of the Rocket Lance ground pounds. And even after not getting the second one, almost found a way to clean up that stock anyway. Will lose the stock, though, themselves. But, man, they've already made such a huge impact getting started here.
Yeah, and then that was Daddy Muffins answering back, doing a lot of damage on the right side, swinging the axe, now swapping over back onto the Lance. Even going with the down air, went for the Dare Sair. Bloomy ended up getting through it, but there's a recovery back all the way high and right. Bloomy immediately aggressed onto HaloPrince, who's hoping to float in the air, maybe pick up a recovery, but it's going to be actually the recovery from Daddy Muffins that gets into this one. Nice punish on the side sig. Couldn't find the neutral air after. I think the side air happened to catch in a weird spot that he couldn't find the neutral air. True. Here comes HaloPrince with the neutral signature, just barely missing. But you see the thought there, and I feel like it's foreshadowing.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely makes sense, too. If you've got someone who's playing around with the ledge a little bit too often, a signature like that should definitely help try to, scare them back onto the stage a little bit here. However, HaloPrince will lose their second stock. Ooh, almost finding the connection there. Gonna go for the weapon toss, man. He's just chasing him. Oh, wait, he said, listen,
nice.
You might get me, but you're coming with me. And Daddy Muffin's doing an incredible job there.
That was absolutely worth, because before that final dare, you could see that he was in sweat beads. So that final dare made sure to secure the KO, even though his stock was already lost. Otherwise, it would have been just him. Look at these down airs and the side air follow from Daddy Muffins on the left side. But the battle off the top as well. Both players surviving.
Yeah. I mean, you really got to hand it to him, too, because, like, even put in that position where you lost your stock and you took him with you, came right back to get another stock and even things up. So you really got to hand it to Daddy Muffins coming out here showing them what it's about. But HaloPrince looking for a recovery for themselves up top. Going to be way off the mark there.
Yeah, he didn't have enough speed to just hold to the right after hitting that recovery. Let's see. Oh, almost got caught by that side air from Daddy Muffins. 50 damage on the Bloomy here. There's the neutral air to juggle just a little bit. Going over to the soft platform, getting caught instantly on landing with a D-Light into a down air. Here's another down air coming out from HaloPrince. Another down air gets dodged through. Bloomy with the neutral light. Oh, with the side air, but then missing. Hitting the side light, hitting the side air now on HaloPrince, splitting up the red team.
Okay, gets the Sair, puts him off stage here. Oh, that's, oh my god!
Oh, stage spike! Oh, just a little bit too early on the spot dodge. The final frames of the ground pound coming through, lasting just a little bit longer than the iframes of that spot dodge and fighting the spike off the bottom, but Bloomy almost had something there.
Yep. Oh, man. I mean, hey, you gotta hand it to them, though. They did their job, and, just tried to get a couple extra stocks, just wasn't able to do it. But Bloomy definitely trying to hang in tight there. Just yeah, a little too late. But you do gotta hand it to HaloPrince and Daddy Muffins. They definitely fixed some of their problems from that game 3 and really kind of made it happen, made it work in game 4. Now we're in a game 5 scenario. I'm not sure what's going on my screen right now. Oh, there we go. See, look at this. That's much better. That's actually much better. Granted, you missed more SIGs, but you threw out a lot more light attacks, which means, and you got a higher accuracy as well. So that means you just hit a lot more. That's so much better than the game before.
So now we're going to be getting into this next one, into this final game, this game 5 between HaloPrince and Daddy Muffins versus Waterstorm and Bloomy. We're going to Fortress of Lions.
Yep. All right, we'll see how it all kind of comes together here. However, we get Waterstorm picking up that Rocket Lance fairly quickly.
Yeah, HaloPrince going to be zoned out from a weapon, even with the weapon toss. It's the D-Light pick up neutral air. Oh my gosh, HaloPrince almost red in just 15 seconds. Then Waterstorm comes in. That's going to be Bloomy falling off the bottom. I didn't even notice what Daddy Muffins threw on. Then now Daddy Muffins is going to fall from the bottom. HaloPrince is looking for another GC insync. Has to dodge back towards the stage to use some of that movement, so not able to gravity cancel off of it. Here comes another neutral signature, missing wildly. Bloomy just like sending people over to that left side. Oh, he was coming in with the gravity cancel desig. I've been getting hit by so many Artemis players doing those on the edge here recently.
Yeah, and that's like 2 stocks gone really early from Daddy Muffin, so that just puts Blue Team in such a good position here. And wow, gonna live that too, flying all the way across the screen from one side of the blast zone to the other. Still survive.
Daddy Muffin's having to play really safe here because he's on final stock. He only has 39 damage, so he's not in danger of losing it just yet. But see, now he's in danger of the 2v1 situation. Waterstorm and Bloomy really aren't going to push it too far. It's just going to be Waterstorm, and he falls for the bait, gets caught with the neutral signature, and then HaloPrince with the D-Light into the ground pound. Full team wipe, all of a sudden equalized.
That's such a crazy turnaround too, because it was looking so dire like 2 seconds ago. Beautifully done. However, Red Team trying to get a nice little team combo build up here on Waterstorm, probably because they recognize that Waterstorm might be the bigger threat here. Let's have a bit of a clutch factor coming through. That is
my
big.
gosh!
Oh no!
There's no way Waterstorm gets back off of this. And HaloPrince lives, and Daddy Muffins lives. That was so sick because it started with the HaloPrince combo, then the the Daddy Muffins follow up. And then the miss after that move, and then HaloPrince came in with the neutral signature to keep it going. So even after the miss, there was great cover from HaloPrince. There's the side light into the side air trick combo, looking for the down air. Double down air coming out from Waterstorm. First one hits, second one sends him over by the wall.
Oh man, and they're definitely trying to work hard here. And it's definitely tough for Waterstorm. I mean, he's had some really good clutch plays. That's a good start here. I mean, only 68 as well. And you find a way to at least chasing down Daddy Muffins, just looking for a way to get something onto him. But here we go, Red Team now working themselves. Yep,
he's ready for it.
Sig. And hey, you know what? Sandstorm and Boomy at home is just not good enough.
And that's going to be HaloPrince and Daddy Muffins going up over the top in Game 5. And see, we're seeing lower damage numbers, but it's even across the board, and that's because they were finding really early and efficient KOs. And who did we see do 73 damage? I believe it was yesterday. Who did we